Hey guys, it's Chedic, and in today's video, we're going to be covering the Shark Attack, the brand new rocket launcher that's been added to the game on Christmas. Or, well, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to the people who don't celebrate Christmas. But moving on, the Shark Attack. Now, if you don't know how to get the Shark Attack, basically what you're going to do is you're going to do the newest questline, Season's Hauntings. After you complete it, you'll be granted the Shark Attack, and that's how you get it. I recommend just going to Stonewood and honestly going Thunder Thora, placing your base down, starting the objective, run away, and you'll be good. That's the best way to clear off these suburb missions. Very fast, very easy, very quick. That's the only way you should do it. And now let's talk again about the Shark Attack. So the Shark Attack is a very good weapon, but the best way to see how good it is to compare it to another good weapon, the Santa's Little Helper, which coincidentally is in the store right now for 1,688 gold. And if you guys don't get this rocket launcher, you're missing out on one of the best rocket launchers in the game. Like, I don't have to tell you twice. You've heard it from every single YouTuber. This rocket launcher is insane. Now, definitely pick up this weapon. It's one of the best, and you're gonna absolutely need it. So now let's compare the two weapons side by side. But first, let's talk about the Shark Attack. Oh, and for comparison purposes, we're running the same rolls that we possibly can on the Shark Attack and the Santa's Little Helper. So both of the rolls on each gun will have damage, crit damage, energy, crit damage, and crit rating. You can run multiple elements on the Shark Attack if you want to, and you can change this up to reload speed or possibly impact. There's a lot of ways you can actually run the Shark Attack. It's very versatile, but I'm going to be running it the max damage build that I prefer. Double crit damage and damage. And yeah, so let's just get into it and start talking about the weapon. Now, the first thing I want to talk about with the Shark Attack is the explosive, the projectile. So instead of most rocket launchers where it it just goes straight at the target, it's more like the Jabberwocky and guns like that. It's a little bouncy projectile that bounces a couple times before it explodes. Now, personally, I'm not a fan of these types of rocket launchers, and with the Shark Attack, I'm still not a fan of these type of rocket launchers. I kind of just like the straight shot with my rocket. Also, these type of rocket launchers kind of annoy me, especially with the Shark Attack, because unfortunately it doesn't have a proximity kind of thing. So if you miss your shot, if the little shark bounces around the target, you miss your shot. Now those three rockets are now gone. So that's kind of a negative for me for the Shark Attack, but let's just kind of move on from that and just kind of hide that in the dark. Let's now talk about the knockback, which is pretty good on the Shark Attack. Now, the great thing about the Shark Attack's knockback is it has the same amount of knockback as the Santa's Little Helper. It has a lesser amount of impact, but that's okay, because I'll tell you why in a little bit. But the Shark Attack can also bully smashers like you're seeing right now, and I find that to be awesome. Not a lot of rocket launchers can bully them. In fact, the only rocket launcher that can effectively bully smashers at one point was the Santa's Little Helper. Now we have two options, the Shark Attack and the Santa's Little Helper. But we'll talk more about why I won't use the Shark Attack for that. But it's good to know that another rocket launcher out there can bully smashers. Now, let's talk a bit about the impact. Unfortunately, the Shark Attack has a less amount of impact on base stat than the Santa's Little Helper. However, you can very much change that, because the Shark Attack, I'm pretty sure, can run 3, or that's the middle finger, or 2, that's not 2, or 2 impact perks on the weapon. So if you really want to make this the bully weapon, the thing that can bully smashers, and you don't want to waste the Santa's Little Helper on that, then you can definitely make this. You can make sure that every shot with the Shark Attack bullies the smasher and pushes him away, and possibly pushes him off the map. Now, I think that's wonderful with the weapon, so let's talk about the last and important thing, the damage. Now, the damage on the Shark Attack is pretty good. For example, here's all the numbers. And these are the damages on the Shark Attack with, I think it was solo. This is me alone with all my damage. This was with 4 players actually. I think, I'm not sure. Yes, those were the numbers that I calculated while I was solo. However, here are the numbers that I'm calculating while I have 4 players in the lobby. Now, what's great about the Shark Attack is that with one shot with an energy, with the rows that I've shown you before, I can hit 1 million per shot with the rocket launcher, which is pretty dope. Well, that's only with 4 players. With single, if you're alone, you only hit like around 632k on physical. However, the downside is most of the time you will be fighting elemental husks and you'll hit 75% of the damage. So I'll only be able to hit 754,695 or around those numbers when I'm fighting an elemental. But that's not to say that the damage isn't good. It's still really good damage for a crit shot. Like, you really can't point at me and say, yeah, this gun right here can do almost 1 million damage in one shot, because not a lot of them can. So that is a very good plus on the shark attack. Now, let's finally get to comparing the Santa's Little Helper energy versus the shark attack energy. Which is better? Alright, to start off with, let's compare the Santa's Little Helper straight directly to the shark attack on the stat menu. So on the stat menu, you could already see that the Santa's Little Helper already does more damage than the shark attack, and with crit, it's the same thing. Another thing, I'm not running any special builds with the Santa's Little Helper or the shark attack. It will kind of like it'll just make the test a little difficult. It's like either way, it's just gonna buff both weapons. I'm not trying to hit my highest number. I'm trying to see which weapon is better. So straight up, here's the Santa's Little Helper's crit damage, and here is the shark attack's crit. I'm not gonna snap with you. I'm not doing it. Shark attack's crit damage, and as you can see, the Santa's Little Helper overpowers the shark attack in damage. And this is solo damage. This is just the numbers I have here. And I thought that would be okay. So let's just do the 10-second test like I did with Metal Marauder. In 10 seconds, the Santa's Little Helper can fire 4 times with its reload speed of 2.5. So with that, you can times the potential crit damage. You can get 810 per shot on a physical. And if you times that by 4, you get 3.242 million damage. And on an elemental, you times that by 4, the elemental damage, and you get 2.431 potential damage on your 4 shots. Now let's do the same thing with the shark attack. The shark attack in the 10-second test with its 1.8 reload speed can do 5 shots. And with those 5 shots, it can hit 3.163 million on a physical and 2.372 million on an elemental. So even in the 10-second test, in the DPS test, the shark attack loses out. And the reason why I do the 10-second test is because really, by 10 seconds, the target's already going to be dead, besides the like the MSK. And for MSK purposes, you're better off just using the Storm King's Wrath, because it beats both of these weapons in every single category, and that's annoying. Anyways, now let's talk about the knockback. Now, the knockback between these 2 weapons are the same, but the shark attack can win on impact, but there's no reason to, because most of the impact on, smashers have been reduced because there's not a lot of high-level smashers anymore. So there's no really reason to build it as many impact. You could just run impact perk, and you could do that. You could possibly run the Santa's Little Helper impact build with crit rating, also impact crits, and it'll still win out on that. So what's the point of using the shark attack? I'm sorry to say it, but there isn't one. The shark attack loses out on damage, potentially loses out on impact because there's no reason to do an impact build, and the shark attack has the same knockback. It's like there's no real upsides to using the shark attack. It's all kind of down. Also, the shot kind of bounces, so it's like most of the time you'll miss your shot, and you won't have a lot of maneuverability with the shark attack's rocket, which you will have with the Santa's Little Helper. So it's like, it's an okay rocket launcher, but it doesn't dethrone the Santa's Little Helper. And putting the Santa's Little Helper in the shop when the shark attack is in the game and the questline at the same week kind of disrespects the shark attack. It's like you kind of wanted the players not to use it. So what can we do but, straight up just look at it objectively and tell you that it's a worse weapon. So yeah, shark attack. It's okay. Now let's put this bad boy on the tier list. And now, because I did both of these weapons in this video, I will be putting the Santa's Little Helper in the S tier. I think I already did that. It feels like a deja vu. I feel like I did this already. And because the shark attack is literally the Santa's Little Helper, but weaker, I will be putting it in the A tier. I feel like I should separate these tier lists, but I'm not going to. So suffer. Anyways, I hope that's a good review. I hope I did great on that. I know I did great on that. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys pick up the shark attack and the Santa's Little Helper. I hope this video told you which one to upgrade. obviously, the Santa's Little Helper. And yeah, that's my review on the shark attack. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the next one. Love ya, and toodles.